In this video, we'll go through the process of grading or marking your students' work. We'll also look at what your students see when they receive their grade. All grading takes place in the Student Work Card. I'll click on our lesson and select Grading to view a summary of student progress. So here I can see that all of my students have started the lesson and all but 2 have turned it in or committed their work. There are 2 people that are still in progress. I can begin grading the work of all the students who have finished by clicking this Grade Lesson button. However, as the deadline for this exercise has come and gone, I can force my remaining students to hand in what they've completed by using this Commit All Work button. I just need to click Commit All in this dialog. Now I'm able to grade all of my students' work, so let's get started by clicking Grade Lesson. This takes me to the new grading interface. Here, I can score all of the manually graded questions in the lesson. For each question, I can see the student's answer and a space for me to enter their grade. I can also enter feedback for the student here. This tab shows me the model answer that the students see, which I can use to help me grade the answer. And this tab shows me the grading instructions that we wrote earlier for the question. If multiple staff are assessing the lesson, these guidelines are really useful for maintaining consistency with your grading. Just use the Next Page button to advance to see the student's next answer. In the header, I can see that I'm now grading question 4 on page 2 of the lesson. I can also see which student's lesson we're grading. To jump to another student or to any other question, we can click here to access the grading matrix. Here we can see all of the students' grades for each question, the maximum grade allocated for each question, and also see the total grade for each student. Ungraded questions are denoted by these dots. We can jump to any question by simply clicking on it in the matrix. For example, I'll click on the question on page 1 as answered by this student, and I'm taken directly to it. If you want to see the automatically graded questions, we can toggle Show Auto Grading to view their scores. We're also able to turn off the auto grading for an individual question and grade it manually instead by clicking on its lightning bolt icon. This action might be necessary if an author has accidentally ascribed the incorrect answer to a question, or if the question is poorly written or ambiguous. Click the icon, then OK, and now you can grade the question manually. When grading is complete, just close the matrix dialog and return to the admin pages. When you're ready to release all the grades for your students, simply check this box. Let's look at what the students will see. I'll switch into student mode and open up the lesson. The student's total score is displayed at the top of the page. If grading is incomplete, grading in progress will be shown here. Individual scores are displayed next to each question. For each question where you've entered grading feedback, a pop-up with that feedback will be displayed to your student. This can be toggled on and off. Students can still check the correct answers in the usual way. One last thing, if you want other staff to help with the grading, you can assign them the grading role. Other administrators are also able to help grade your lessons. In the admin pages, I'll select Staff Accounts and invite a colleague by entering their details. I'll also give them the grader role, which lets them manually grade your students' work, but it doesn't allow grader privileges, like releasing grades to students. So that is grading in a nutshell. If you have more questions, please check out the help.